So the Two-Face comic is finally here. Yes, issue number 1. It starts off in a courtroom with Salvatore Maroni and Harvey Dent, but Two-Face is talking. And he's like, Harvey Dent, despite our differences, I confess the courtroom was your stage. Just look at this chump, Salvatore Maroni. He wouldn't have stood a chance in a fair world, but we both know it's not a fair world. You didn't see what he took from his pocket, and I, too, was busy waiting to be born. Then you can see Salvatore Maroni squirt this juice in Harvey Dent's face, no diddy, and it says, in a baptism of fire and pain. And then we can see the police standing around looking down at Harvey Dent, with one of the officers grabbing Salvatore Maroni. Two-Face, he was like, it was glorious, and you can see him burning in agonizing pain. Pause. Harvey Dent's at the hospital, and he's looking in the mirror, and he's like, hello, handsome. And half of his face is burnt. Two-Face is like, suddenly, 2 minds and 1 body. We needed a way to coexist. A system to share this meat machine. Body of Harvey Dent. Everything had to be fair with you. Always trying to control the chaos, rather than just enjoying it. It wasn't your fault though. He's been spoiling our fun from day 1. Just waiting for our day in court. Then we can see all these people in this building gathered around. We see Harvey Dent, and he's like, ladies, gentlemen, friends, and scoundrels, for the good of all crime in Gotham, welcome to the White Church. Harvey Dent then goes on to say, if this is your first time, please abide by the rules. No fighting, no stealing, and no killing. Court is now in session. Enjoy the show. And then this guy right here, this cool looking dude, he got a skull mask. He's like, Dent, you'll leave the running of this court to me. Now proceed with introducing the case. Dent's like, apologies, Judge Reaper. Allow me to continue. We are brought here by Jimmy the Thin, a sergeant in the Falcone crime organization, who has accused our defendant of a prohibited kill. We see Harvey Dent looking at this slide of 2 guys, and he's like, the murder of Anthony Reynolds. Killer, yes. Criminal, yes. Gangster, of course, but an honorable right-hand man and lieutenant of the Falcone crime family, and naturally, friend of Jimmy here. And then we see this guy right here in the shadow. He has no shirt on. Dent's like, the accused stands here in our chapel of sacred criminality. Harvey Dent's like, hold fire. We are not animals, despite what they might think. We are not monsters. We are business people, and to be successful in business, there must be governance. We're all here because we believe that. Dent then goes on to say, because we believe in our law, in the White Church, we put down our weapons and put our trust in that law, the law of the unlawful. Due process before our axes fall. And then Judge Reaper, he's like, we all know the law, Dent. The defendant is charged with the murder of Anthony Reynolds, senior lieutenant in the Falcone organization, and as such, off limits to your particular style of play. How do you plead? And then somebody says, why? Your dishonor. Instead of saying your honor, they said dishonor. I think that's pretty cool. We then see that the person that said that is the guy with all the check marks on his body. Victor Z. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm just gonna call him Victor. But he's like, I'm innocent. And then Dent's like, haha, yes. I think we can all agree never has a man look more guilty. After all, it's carved into his flesh. Mr. Z is a murderer. Of that, there is no doubt. Here are but a few of his victims, but this murder is the one in question, and it's there we have doubt. Dent goes on to say, please, Mr. Z, tell the good people who might not be familiar with your body of work. Each of the tallies there on your body corresponds with one of your victims. And Z is like, corresponds? So unromantic, but yes, sir. Everyone? Dent's like, everyone. And have you ever killed anyone and not tallied that kill? Victor's like, never. Every soul is precious. Each life I take makes us more whole. I can never not make a remembrance of them. Dent's like, and can you identify your latest victim and their mark? Victor goes on to say, yes, sir. That would be this one right here. Jennifer Greenfeld, a kindergarten teacher from the Narrows. She has the most beautiful singing voice. And you can see that it's on his chest. And it's not a full 5 tallies. There's only 3 right there. And then we see Jennifer Greenfeld right here. Dent goes on to say, can we believe him him? Perhaps we should just be done with it and he should get the coin. What you say, Mr. Jimmy the Thin? And then everybody's like, yes, do it. Jimmy the Thin's like, damn right. And then Dent's like, but wait, because there's more. He pulls out the Billy Mays, but wait, there's more. We then see everybody around this table gathered, and it looks like there's a body right there. And Dent's like, Mr. Gravel, would you please escort the defendant to this here table? And Mr. Gravel's like, Dent's like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mr. Jimmy the Thin presenting exhibits A and B, also known as Miss Greenfeld and Mr. Anthony Reynolds, deceased of course. Everybody in the court starts to make comments like, so accurate, bodies are kept well, those knife skills are tight, so nasty, disgusting, killer, wretched man, impressive, something. And Jimmy's like, this is a joke, I don't want to sit here and look at my pal like that, they stink. And I'm assuming Judge Reaper's like, order, members of the court, you will quell your enthusiasm. What is the meaning of this, Dent? Get to the point and get to it quick. Dent's like, of course, Your Honor, allow me to explain. So 1 tally on Mr. Z's body for each of his victims. But like I said, wait, there's more on Billy Mays. Isn't that right, Mr. Z? Victor's like, I don't like the term victims. We are betrothed, joined in heavenly matrimony by the blade. And yes, Dent's like, so 2 rings in marriage and 2 tallies in murder. We can see Victor grabbing a blade out of his skin. He then slices this guy right across his face. And the guy's like, Victor goes on to grab this girl from behind, pause, and she's like, ah. Victor's like, I'm linked internally with my loves, and I would never dream of putting my precious blade into anything as ugly as that lump besides Miss Greenfeld. This one, however, I love her forever. And she's like, screw you. Judge Reaper's like, you will not shed blood in the church. You will abide by our rules. And then it's like, Z, you idiot, I was about to prove your innocence. 2 choices, Z. You kill her and you don't leave this room, or you let me do my job and walk out of here with an apology from Jimmy the Thin, Harvey Dent says. Jimmy's like, I'm not apologizing to that psycho. He killed my best friend. Dent's like, oh, did he? Then where's Z's mark? And look, I say he's missing a ring. Where's the ring, Jimmy? Jimmy's like, he can't really say much. Victor's like, tisk tisk, naughty boy, as he pushes the girl away. Dent starts pointing at Jimmy, and he goes, you couldn't help but take the ring for yourself, just like you took his role in the Falcone organization. You killed Anthony Reynolds in a desperate attempt to rise up the ranks, carving him up and thinking you could frame Z that no one would ever question. Jimmy's like, how dare you? You damn freak. And he pulls out this knife. He starts charging Harvey Dent. Judge Reaper's like, order. Dent's like, careful, Jimmy. You are making him angry. Jimmy's like, who? Dent's like, me, referring to Two-Face. You see everybody just start fighting, and Judge Reaper's like, order. Chairs are getting thrown. Somebody gets thrown in the air by this big green guy, I'm assuming. And he's like, now, this is more like it. The big guy that Victor slashed across his face, he's telling the green guy, Two-Face then goes on to say, hold fire, bad Harvey, I have the reins. Let's see what this judgment is. He ends up flipping his coin, and he's like, behold, the judgment of the coin, innocent or guilty. And we see the coin flipping it in midair. Coin ends up landing with its head up, and Two-Face is like, guilty. And you see him attacking Jimmy right in the head. He's like, ah. And I'm assuming that Jimmy died, but I don't think it really says. Harvey's like, where's Z? As he buttons up his suit, and the girl's like, he's gone. We are greeted with the 3 guys in the judge's chamber later on, that being Judge Reaper, I'm assuming his name is Mr. Gravel or whatever, and Harvey. And Judge Reaper is like, this is the 3rd case in as many weeks involving someone trying to disrupt the hierarchy of one of Gotham's top gangs. Mr. Gravel's like, Harvey's like, that's nothing new in Gotham. Something is always threatening to erupt in the city's underworld, ready to Pompeii us all before the normals even realize the lava has been brewing. It's why we all agreed on this place. We put out the smaller fires before they build so that we can all continue to function. No Gotham, no profit. We are not all lunatics after world domination. But yes, in this instance, I believe you are right. A shadow hand is moving the pieces on the board. Two-Face is like, we need to look in the shadows. And then as Harvey like leaving, the girl catches them off guard. She's like, Mr. Two-Face, I wanted to say thank you for before. Harvey goes on to say, I'm no hero, miss. Murder is not permitted in the white church. She's like, Lake Cantwell. Even so, if there's anything I can do, he's like, how old are you? She's like, old enough to be running drugs, young enough to be able to change. I'm sick of living down here in the mud. I want people to look at me the way they look at you. Respected, feared. I'm smart, and you saw I don't scare easy. I could be useful to you. He's like, thinking to himself. And then he's like, change is hard. Sometimes a better life is the product of an imaginative mind rather than an achievement. She's like, thing is, I was pretty close to you in there, Mr. Two-Face. That's a pretty interesting coin you have. Harvey is like, now that you mention it, there just might be something you can help me with. The underworld is a delicate ecosystem, one the whole of Gotham rests upon. This is why the gangs of Gotham abide by the laws of the White Church and why I'm needed there. But I can't be in two places at once. I sometimes need eyes and ears elsewhere. So yes, Miss Cantwell, maybe you can help me. We see Victor outside of Miss Cantwell's apartment, and somebody's like, she's very pretty. And Victor's like, yes, Jennifer, she really is. Let's ask her to join us. We then see Harvey Dent back at his apartment, and he's like, another successful case. Two-Face is like, that ridiculous voice you did today, it's only a matter of time until you're caught. That girl has it worked out. She knows you're faking me. Let me out for a bit, and I'll kill her for you. Let's be Two-Face again. Dent's like, nice try, but you're staying inside. He's like, I'm back in control. Systems are in place, and thanks to the White Church, I'm back to taking dangerous criminals off the street. When I show the state's attorney office what I've achieved there, they'll be welcoming me back with open arms. Two-Face is like, you sound insane. They'll never accept you. We've done too much. You're not the district attorney anymore, or Two-Face. He's like, Two-Face? Two-Face is no more. And then Two-Face is like, sanctimonious beep. He's like, you think you're so smart locking me away in here, but soon I'll get out of here and the body of Harvey Dent will belong to me and not just half. And you see him like in this prison. I guess it's supposed to represent Harvey Dent's head. If you guys would like to see me make videos like this on the older comics and even newer comics, just let me know. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe, like, do whatever you have to do to have a good day. I appreciate it. It's been your man Coochie, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.